money. When you actually look at the business model of what these guys are doing, they need chaos and problems to keep making money. Okay. So that part is a very concerning thing. So going back to mainstream media, three things keeping them in:
boomers,
big pharma, boomers, and sports. So now what sports is happening is a lot of these sports guys are realizing cable's not paying well. I'm going to go sign a contract with Peacock, with Netflix, with Amazon, with all these guys. They're paying good money. They got a lot of money. These other guys are dying. Some of these smaller sports market are saying, I don't want you to play it on TV. Forget about it. Means nothing to me what you're paying me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out and put it on my own OTT. I'm going to put on my over the top. You want to watch the game? You can only see it on the Phoenix Suns over the top. So holy shit. Cable's like, no. Don't do that. That's problematic. Now the small market TV is getting crushed. So cable, problematic. They got to figure out a solution there. Let's go to conservative side.
Before we go to conservative side, yes, he broke down the cable situation very well. A lot of people don't have cable anymore. It's almost like a fashionable thing now not to have cable. But remember back in the day, and I was a 90s kid, it was fashionable to have cable, right? But gone are the days, I guess everything has its time. So he broke that down very well. But PBD sat down with Tucker Carlson, and then they go over to the right or the conservative media. And let's see what they have to say. And it's probably y'all. If anybody's coming to this channel and have heard me talk, you'll probably see that it's not far off from anything that I've been saying. But we're gonna hear what they're saying. By the way, guys, if you like the video, please don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Thank you for anybody who's watching. Let's go ahead and get into it.
On the conservative side, you got Daily Wire that they're dealing with, whatever happened between Candace and Ben, which has been a problem that they've been trying to clean up, whatever the reasons are behind it. That's, the landscape of what the decision-making process, you kind of saw a few different things. Everybody, whether it's from October 7th, specifically from October 7th is a place to go. Everybody, you can tell, like if we're living in LA and we're trying to find out what gang everybody is in, okay, those guys are MS-13. These guys are Blood. They're Crip. They're this. They're that. You all of a sudden saw, okay, these guys are Israel above all. These guys are.
Let me say, I'm sorry to be the last. But like when Patrick Bet David talks, it's like so hilarious. Like, first of all, let me tell you, he talks so fast. That man is like running water. He never stops himself. When he gets into something, he just talks. Okay. I like Patrick Bet David because one thing I know is that he makes it clear where his positions are. Okay. I understand his past experiences and why he sides the way he does with certain things, but he will still do some investigation as to what's going on. But for him to say Israel above all, that is hilarious. And I can't wait for tomorrow on Twitter when they have to, like, when he gets, demoralized or something like, why would he say that about Dave? Blah, blah, blah. We'll see if somebody addresses that, but it's just hilarious because he says it all. He just starts to talk, and then sometimes the next day he kind of walks it back a tad bit.
Or conservative above all. These guys are debate above all. These guys are discourse above all. This is curiosity. This is built on pure money and profit and wanting to sell and be a SPAC and go on the stock market and sell, and I'm a billionaire. No problem. But what you did filter out in the last...
Hold on. I think he just said his business model, like money and stock, and I'm a billionaire. What's he talking about? His model? Look at his face. I can't take it. He's like your friend, like just having, just talking away. All right. Okay. We'll get back to it, y'all.
It was accelerated. It was like, boom. We learned about everybody in 6 months. Yeah. From October 7th. It was everybody got exposed. And now they're trying to backtrack. Well, no, not really. Well, no, not really. Well, no, not really. And that, well, no, not really is going to be tough because you have to maneuver through a lot of the stuff that you said in the last 6-7 months. And the market's going to hold everybody accountable for what you said. Those clips are not going away, right?
And he knows all too well. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing at this. Like, usually I try to just keep it real serious with the clips with you guys. But I'm sorry, this is hilarious because remember he had his thing where he was going off about like, oh, we can't fund Ukraine. And then Piers Morgan was like, what about Israel? And the pause was insane. Now, anyway, coming back to it. So he's actually talking about himself a little bit, right? A little bit, but he's right, man. Fast, like things have changed on the conservative side of media, if you want to call it that, right? I mean, look at even Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson was supposed to be propped up as the next biggest thing outside of corporate media. You notice it's not really like that with him anymore. And that's because he's not being boosted, because he has a truly America First kind of Christian perspective on things. He has a normie perspective on things. He really is asking questions. He loves to report. He loves to sit down and talk to people. Tucker Carlson has a lot of money. He doesn't have to do this if he doesn't want to. Go fishing every day if he really wanted to. Seriously, I mean, I think he's pretty much said this himself. So you can tell this is somebody who's like, no, I'm not doing this to serve anybody. Like, okay, I'm not doing this as somebody's making me do this, working for anybody. I work for me, but I want to serve the people with honest truth and questions and concerns and discussions, right? So there's that. But Patrick Bet-David is right. There is, what you're seeing is like exposure, and it's good. It is good though. It's like, wow, it happened fast, but it's really good.
So what's their future look like?
Who specifically?
Daily Wire.
Daily Wire. What's their future look like? I don't know. I don't know their board. I know they have the factoring of fracking guys, the oil billionaire guys, that based on what I hear from people, they're Jews for Jesus. And
man, I'm sorry. He's like, yo, don't tell him a secret. Okay, he's like, based on what I hear on people, they're Jews for Jesus. Okay, oil guys. All right, so he knows the tea about like who's giving him money. Yeah, the Daily Wire, I'm sure, is funded. I mean, like, come on, donations, everybody gets some sort of donations or whatever. So, all right, he's breaking it down.
And good guys. You have to sit there and ask yourself, okay, if you make this decision the way you did, no problem. We'll support your decision. Is there a board in Daily Wire? I don't know. Do Jeremy Boring and Ben Shapiro have a board to process when they're making a big decision? Maybe, maybe not. If they do, board is held accountable. Was it a good decision or was it not? If they don't, then the money people have to say, well, you give a lot of, freedom to these guys to make the decision. So then the money people are going to go out there to want to raise more money. And who can you now go to raise money? You can definitely go to every single billionaire that's Jewish and say, hey, look what we did. You should be proud of us. Here's a position we took. No problem. We'll give you $200 million. And there's a lot of money there. That money's not going away. And that money's.
And he knows it, man. I mean, I told you, like, he's deciding to just talk about everything. He's right. I mean, he's right. It is what it is, right? Like, it is. And I mean, hey, whatever. And so that's why they're not going anywhere. It is. He knows the back end and he knows what he's talking about. So, and I guess he funds himself because he's saying a lot. He is saying a lot. And he's not saying a lot in the sense of things that we don't know. No, the Daily Wire is not going anywhere. It'll always be funded. But the problem is that it's lost its edge. They came out with this cartoon. Nobody wants. I mean, people are dragging it. Just now was not the right time for a new project. I think they should have kind of put that on the shelf real quick and let things kind of simmer down, and then put it out. Nobody's watching the cartoon. Straight up, people are dragging it already. So I don't know, but hey, they'll still be here, right? And I don't want any harm. I don't want anybody to like lose their business unless they're like hurting kids or doing some weird stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't want anybody to lose their business. This is competition out here. This is what this is. It's America, right? Here on Bring the Asteroid, though, we bring an asteroid of reality, and we like to have balanced conversations about things. Everybody's been growing in the past 3 years. So, just this is what we do here. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you. And thank you for watching now.
It's all over the place. So if somebody is pro-Israel and there's a lot of money there, that's an unlimited access to money. So right. I don't think that's going to go away. People are like, oh my God, Daily Wire is going to go. No, they're not. They got money. And there's plenty of people that are going to back them up. Then you have to see who backs them up. What media organizations behind closed doors, what institutions, organizations will go after anybody that says anything bad about them. In what way? Defamation? Digging up stories, articles? Is that what they're going to do? Who knows? Character assassination? Nobody knows. That's speculative to see what they're going to be doing. So
it sounds like you're saying that October 7th split the right.
And we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there about everything because I know what he means about the organizations and I know exactly but Patrick Bet-David, don't sleep on him. He knows what he's saying and I know what he's saying. We'll leave it there because that part of the question, we'll discuss it in the next video, because that is what I feel like happened. How more than I didn't think it was going to be like this, but growing pains are real. Transformation is necessary, and so we'll see what happens from there. Thank you for watching.